Hello everybody, welcome to the first episode of Community Battle Arena. Now this is a series where I take your videos, the viewers, subscribers, and followers, and I upload them to my channel and I announce over them. At the end of the battle I'll put my 2 cents in on how the battle went and things that could have probably gone better, but I will preface that by saying that other than doubles I don't really know very much about other metagames, so I won't be able to provide very strong commentary or advice, so take it with a grain of salt. This is a battle between AbsolNight, who is named Io, and I don't know how to pronounce that, and I won't even try, even though I just did. AbsolNight and Swagolith. So right before we get into the battle, I will announce their teams, and this is how everything's going to go. I'll announce the competitors, and I will announce their teams, so remember that for next time. So, with Absol in the bottom, we're going to be having Absol, which is pretty interesting. I wonder why he's using Absol when his name is AbsolNight. So we've got Absol, Float Cell, Go-Goat, Florges, Munna, and... wait, it's not Munna, it is probably Musharna. Musharna, my bad. So we've got Absol, Float Cell, Go-Goat, Florges, Musharna, and Steelix, while Swagolith is bringing, in fact, Melodic, Cryogonal, Poliwrath, Swellow, Deoxys Speed, and Golurk. Now I'm going to look up real quickly to make sure it is Musharna, not Munna. I am pretty sure, but I cannot find it, so I am going to go with Musharna. Right? That is probably the best thing to do in a time of need. I probably can't look this up if I was really doing an announcement, but I am not doing this, so I am gonna keep looking this up until I find it, because I am curious. Now I can't find it. What gen were you from? Oh, Musharna. I am right. So let's get to this battle. Hopefully not every single battle is going to be like this, and these are going to be every Thursday. So Swagolith is issuing a challenge, and if you don't know who Swagolith is, you need to go check out his channel. So in comes a very beautiful shiny Golurk, and in response is an Absol, the titular Pokemon of AbsolNight. Swagolith, fearing the Dark-type move, takes out Golurk in favor of a resisted Poliwrath with that fighting water type. Absol goes for the Mega Evolution, sprouting beautiful wings and becoming the doer of good and chaos. I think that's yin and yang. Absol goes for the Night Slash, not doing a single thing except for maybe about 10-15 damage. So Absol is going to be withdrawn in favor for the Musharna. That's right, Musharna. Only to take a circle throw to the face. It doesn't do very much damage, but it will force out the Musharna and force in the Steelix. Tech the Steelix. That was my ankle cracking if you heard it, and it hurts. I swear. So the Poliwrath outspeeds and goes for the Hypnosis, putting this Steelix to sleep, which is unfortunately for Tech. He is gonna be fired for sleeping on the job. Poliwrath regains some more HP, I think bringing it up to full. It's hard to tell from this angle, but it looks like it's full. The Poliwrath is withdrawn in favor for a Golurk, the shiny one indeed, while Steelix stays in sleeping. Tisk, 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 Steelix. Steelix is withdrawn for Wales, the Go-Go. Golurk goes for a dynamic punch, hitting, making contact, and confusing. It is a guarantee. So Go-Goat's gonna try his hardest to break through, but unfortunately does not, and ends up hitting himself in confusion. Taking advantage of the moment, Golurk throws some pointy rocks on the side of AbsolNight. Swagolith decides to withdraw the Golurk in favor of his flying type and normal type Swellow. Go-Goat is having a complete issue with who to hit, and I think he might want to go see the eye doctor. Go-Goat is taken out in favor of Tech the Steelix once more, still sleeping on the job. What a bum. Swellow takes advantage of the switch, going for a U-turn and able to bring in something that will hopefully hurt the Steelix a lot more than Swellow can. And in comes Golurk, something that has rock and fighting, and when I say rock, I completely mean ground. So the Steelix is taken out in favor of the Eurythmics, a very nice band, I think. The Musharna. So he's going to go for the Dynamic Punch upon the Musharna, and Musharna is not going to take very much damage from that, but will get confused. So, what does this mean? Well, if he's anything like Go-Goat, that means he needs to go to the eye doctor, and by he I mean she, because it is clearly a female Musharna. The Earthquake goes off and does a respectable amount of damage, but Musharna is able to get through and pull off the Toxic. So, that's good. And I am right, Eurythmics are a band, and they made a pretty awesome song. It's The Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. So I think you guys know that is a pretty popular tune. Golurk is finally taken out in favor of the Swellow, who has been burnt by its own Flame Orb. Musharna is withdrawn in favor of the Go-Goat, who, as we all know, has problems hitting himself. Why are you hitting yourself, Go-Goat? Why are you hitting yourself? Swellow takes some damage from the burn and goes for a U-turn, which is most likely going to take our friend Whales out. And he does. He goes down. He faints. So Swagulif has to send in something over the Swellow before AbsolNight gets a chance to send in something. So he sends in the Poliwrath while AbsolNight sends in the Musharna, who at this range of HP is close to being KO'd. The Poliwrath goes for the Waterfall and ends up taking... Oh, whoa, I am wrong. He goes for the Thunder Wave. I was completely wrong. I watched this video before because I recorded this already, but my screen stopped and, well, long story short, I thought he was dead there. Instead, the Musharna gets the paralysis off, allowing him to not fully recover, but get a lot of HP back. The Poliwrath goes for Refresh, which will cure himself of the paralysis. So right now, the Poliwrath is faster than the Musharna. However, Swagulif does not want to keep Poliwrath in, and instead sends out Cryogonal. To do what, I am not entirely sure, but the Musharna does in fact get another Moonlight off, bringing the Musharna back all the way up to full HP. AbsolNight decides to take the Musharna out and bring in Tech the Steelix, who was still sleeping on the job. Cryogonal gets a light screen off, which is not going to help him in the case of Cryogonal versus Steelix. He goes for the Frostbest, but misses! Oh, the humanity. Steelix goes for a Gyro Ball, taking that Cryogonal out in one single hit. Good night, Ice Flake. Snowflake. What the heck is an Ice Flake? In comes the Golurk over the KO'd Cryogonal. He goes for the Dynamic Punch, which is going to deal super effective damage, but still, because of Steelix's massive defenses, it's not going to be enough. Is this a Slum? No, this is a Citrus Berry, bringing Steelix up very far. Will he break through the confusion? He does, enough to bring out more rocks on his opponent's side of the field. Be careful where you step, boys. It's gonna hurt. Leftovers bring what I think Golurk is up back to the full health, but this Toxic's gonna bring it right back down. Steelix finally switches out in favor of more Eurythmics and partying and dancing and all that yaz. He goes for Earthquake, doing a, well, we'll see in a second. Doing a decent amount of damage, bringing the Musharna under half. I know it's half because it's 216 HP divided by 2, which is 108. Yes. So now it's back over half while the poison continues to whittle this Golurk away. Now there's something that I didn't mention at the beginning of this battle, and that this battle is 35 turns long. Now, What turn are we on, you ask? Well, that is turn 20. And it turns out that Musharna decided to play a little go-goat this round and hit himself. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Musharna recovers a little bit more HP, but unfortunately, it might not be enough to take another earthquake. We'll see, and we'll find out. And the Musharna goes down to the stab earthquake. More leftovers recovery, only to be toppled right back down with the poison damage, which slowly gets worse and worse each round. In comes the AbsolNight to scare that Golurk away with a Night Slash. The Golurk is officially afraid, and in comes the Polyrath to take the Night Slash. Unfortunately for the Polyrath, the Absol saw that coming and goes for the Psycho Cut, a very valiant prediction. Leftovers recover the Polyrath just a little bit more. However, the Absol stays in and goes for yet another Psycho Cut, not fearing the fighting type moves. The Polyrath goes for a Waterfall, dealing a lot of damage, but not enough to KO. So now this Absol's in here unless the Polyrath gets any priority, which it's not going to use or get, and the Psycho Cut will take out the Polyrath. So down he goes. And my friends, we've got 10 more turns left. In comes the Deoxys Speed, who does threaten a bunch of different moves and is pressuring the Absol to do its best. The Absol goes for a Sucker Punch, a very smart move on AbsolNight's mind, or play, or the words are escaping me, because that is a one-shot to Deoxys, and he gets to do nothing this battle. In comes Japanese named, or Korean or Chinese, I really can't tell. I don't know how to read those, but in comes Milotic, and that does not like taking the Night Slash. However, unfortunately for Absol, it goes down to a Scald. Now, had it not gone down and gotten burned, it still would have gone down, so either way, that Absol is dead. In comes Florges, Farron Woods, the Florges. What is this thing going to want to do? As the Milotic goes for a recover, unfortunately. Florges goes for the Moonblast. Is it going to do a lot? It's not going to do a lot. It actually does very little. Couple that with the recover and the leftovers, Milotic is at a very good point in its HP. Florges reveals that it also has leftovers, while the Milotic switches out in favor for the physically attacking Golurk. Now, if you know anything about Florges like I know, Florges is very specially defensive, so a physical attack would be more than enough to take it out, most likely. But this Moonblast puts it in a range where poison may or may not take it out. However, since leftovers are calculated first, that Golurk lives yet another turn. But what will happen next turn? The poison brings him down, but not enough to KO. And the Florges outspeeds and goes for the Moonblast, which would be more than enough to take out this Golurk, and the Golurk goes down. Florges gets some more HP back, getting the pivotal 1 point to make it full. Now, it's not like it has multi-scale, so the pivotal word was not really needed. In comes the Swellow, who is very physical and going to most likely take this Florges out, and it does, with a crit, which, by the way, does not matter, I do not think. It has Guts, it has a Burn, it has Facade. That's a lot of things to multiply or add together. So in comes the Steelix, because what can a Swellow do to a Steelix? It doesn't get fighting moves as far as I'm aware. It goes for the Facade, and look at how little damage that actually does. Steelix gets a Stone Edge off, which is going to be more than enough, even without the critical hit to take him out. There's a lot of crits going on, but most of them don't seem to matter. So back in comes the Milotic, however you want to pronounce it. Goes for the Scald, and is that going to be enough to take out the Steelix? It will be. Steelix has a lot of defense. I think 230 base. I could be completely off by that. I'm probably off by that. But he does not have the necessary special defense. So in comes the float cell, which is a very interesting choice, but considering it's water type, there's not much that can happen. So it goes for the crunch, not doing enough to take out the Milotic, but gets a very significant defense drop on the Milotic. Milotic goes for a recover, but with that defense drop, it is not going to want to stay in. We don't know if it's going to stay in. It might switch out. It might be his last Pokemon because, to be quite honest with you, when you do the versus recorded, it doesn't say which Pokemon are left and how many are left, so I can't tell. I could be smart, and I could write these things down. Do I? No. So it looks like the defense drop wasn't actually something that was pivotal, because even after the recover, it wasn't enough to take it out. However, the Skull does not take out the Float Cell, nor does it burn it. So Float Cell has a very strong chance of taking this Milotic out. And that, my friends, is the end of the battle. So, that was a game towards AbsolNight, defeating the great Swaglith. And with that, guys, I bid you adieu, and I switch to my real personality. Hey guys, so what's up? I hope you enjoyed that. It's new. It's a new series. That's what I'm going to be doing. It kind of hurts my throat, so I need water for when I'm doing this. But that's pretty much what we're going to do. We're just going to announce the battles as they go and try and add some decently funny and witty commentary. I know that wasn't really great, but we'll try it as we go. But honestly, AbsolNight, you played really well. There's really not much else I can say. I really can't think of anything that you did really wrong. The confusion was a little unfortunate for your Go-Goat, which I think played a huge factor in taking the Go-Goat out. But with the dynamic punches coming off of the Golurk and the Earthquakes, you didn't really have a very safe switch in. So I guess it was probably your best bet to just stay in and try and get, like, I guess, a Horn Leech off. So I can't really say much else because I don't really play singles. This looks like it's not overused. I might be wrong. This looks like it might be underused. I might be wrong on that too. It might be mixed. Because I'm not really sure where Deoxys Speed lies, and I'm not really sure where Absol lies. But I do want to say that it's potentially underused. You can correct me in the comments down below. But I do appreciate you guys watching this battle. This is going to be a weekly thing every Thursday. So submit your battles to me. I'll leave the email in the description of all of these videos, as well as the channels and links to both the opponents if I have them. Now, I know AbsolNight, when you emailed me, you did not include the link to Swaglith's channel. Just remember that if you do know that they have a channel, please include them. This way I can give the love to them as well. It's just, I know Swaglith, I watched his channel, so I know that he has a channel. Otherwise, if I didn't know who your opponent was and they had a channel, I would never have known. It's nothing too bad, don't worry about it, but I would really appreciate it if you left a channel in the description below. So, the rules, how you submit are going to be in the description below, so please check that out. I'll accept any submission up until every Sunday night at 11:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So I hope to see you guys at the next video, and I thank you very much for watching, and hope to see you at the next video. Peace.